We're back. All right, sorry. I don't know how that happened, but just the TVU turned off. So I turned it back on, and now we're back on. All I did was plug in the DC power thing and make sure the battery's connected, because I didn't have the DC power hooked up, but I had the battery connected. So that's what happened.
I didn't visualize that, Bryce. Visualize feeling better.
Alright.
I was visualizing that.
We're back in business. That's good. So we're looking good, feeling good. Alright. So that's my stuff on, and then there's lots of lifts in this area, so we'll just call it when we're ready. Let's start behind the dead cat again. The dead cat was the fuzzy thing that was always on the one side of frame on the screen. So we decided to make a note about it, because everyone always commented on the gray thing on the side of the screen. And we'll still be at some points using the old setup, because I've only got enough batteries to probably run this setup for about 8 hours. So after that, we'll switch back to the other one. We've got another 2 days of power there. So at this point I can do like an 8-hour stream in 1080p wherever I am. And then after that would have to be the old setup. Char's an intimidating guy, I know, right? Very intimidating.
Yeah. I would like double everything.
Okay. So how do I want to do this? Do I want to just try carrying it on the stick? We're just going to get picked up. I don't want to do this right now. Just try carrying it for now. For a temporary setup, because I'm just going to be outside for a few minutes until the thing comes. Alright, I'm going with that for now.
see how long it's gonna take. Two minutes.
I've tried to drive. I'm not sure if they have any proof, but like I actually got 2 or 3 flights and got your guys' stuff, and I was like, oh, do you have?
Toyota Corolla. All right. Yeah, getting a lift. There's no reliable transit down there, so I'm just trying to, as easy as I can, try to find a ride out of Las Vegas.
Dude, it's funny because I mean
I don't know how I'm gonna get this in the car that easily.
Podcast was to set up a business for all around
Is this
my business, and one of the comments that I got.
Toyota? Yeah, like Hey, how's it going? Yeah, that's me. Just one sec. Alright. We're good.
Alright, so we're going to...
Henderson Executive Airport.
Do you feel AC?
Oh yeah, feels good. Does your car tell you the current temperature outside?
Yes. It's
What is it?
107.
107. 107. See, I'm from Canada. That's too hot.
I know. It is.
But that's
very
regular
hot.
for here, right? 107 is pretty normal. For the summer, isn't it? Or is it?
For the summer, yes, but you know, get used to it.
No.
It's a lot. I mean, it's too hot. How do you like Las Vegas?
It's interesting. I've been here a couple days. I'm on a 48 state tour, or a 50 state tour right now. I've been to 48 states now on this trip. And I guess I never came to Las Vegas before this because I don't really drink and I don't really gamble and I don't really party that much. Which I feel is the reason you come to Las Vegas. For a tourist.
Yes. That's
For a tourist, for someone that doesn't like live here, like you come here to gamble and drink and have fun like that, and that's this is not my normal day-to-day thing.
Yeah. This is having fun,
Yeah.
spend the night outside, playing Oh, of course, that's not everything, but
Mm.
lots of
How long have you lived here then?
8 years.
8 years. Do you like it?
I like it.
Yeah.
It's just that it's not for raising your kids. It is not a kids friendly city.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know,
If I had kids and I was taking them on vacation, it wouldn't be the Vegas.
of course, I would take them to California, Texas. We have a lot of kids-friendly
Yeah.
places. Zoo, Disneyland, this other Sea World. I mean, those are kids.
Mhm.
Here, you cannot find them. You'll find some, but it's not really. They have to work on that.
Mhm.
The city has to work on that because it's mostly adult stuff. And really adult stuff, more than 21. So, yeah. And the other thing I don't like is the weather.
Yeah.
I'm from Cuba, so I'm used to the humid. This is very dry.
Mhm.
I just cannot stand the dry.
You don't- See, I find the humid heat harder to deal with because, like, I don't know, there's moisture in the air, so if how your body cools itself down, it'll like sweat and that'll evaporate or get
Yeah.
blown off, and it can't do that when it's 100% humidity because there's just so much moisture in the air, nothing evaporates.
I know.
So I prefer it to be like dry heat, but it still doesn't feel nice. But yeah, I'm from Canada. Where I'm from,
I'm sorry.
yeah, where I'm from, it doesn't get very hot and it doesn't get very cold either. It's on the like near Seattle.
Oh, okay.
So it just rains a lot, but it never gets hot, never gets cold. It's pretty pleasant.
Oh, it never gets cold? That's good.
Because, yeah, it's on the Pacific Ocean, so it keeps it kind of just mild,
Okay.
you know?
That's good. That's what I hate. Canada, I stick winter.
Yeah.
I don't like winter. Nowhere. Not even in Cuba. Winter in Cuba is nothing for the winter here, you know?
Yeah.
It's so different. But even then, I don't like winter. I don't like cold. I lived in Venezuela for 3 years, and that was so nice. There was no winter at all. Summer all year.
Yeah.
All year long. And the only time where temperature dropped a little bit was when they rained.
Yeah.
But that's it. Which is good. To me, it's awesome. But
See.
Venezuela is not good to live in.
So my view on the heat cold thing is if it's cold outside and you have to be outside, you can just put a couple extra layers on and you can make yourself comfortable in that climate, where if it's hot outside, there's nothing you can do. Like if you have to be outside in that climate, there's nothing you can do about it. You can only take so many clothes off and then you're still just overheating, you know?
I can you do about it? Just don't go outside.
And that's what a lot of people told me. They're like, oh yeah, I live in Vegas, I pretty much go from my air-conditioned car to my air-conditioned home to my air-conditioned office.
Right?
So it doesn't really matter how hot it is outside because we have the technology to avoid having to experience that. But still, I like being outside. I don't want to shuttle from air conditioning to air conditioning.
Yeah, that's my situation. So here, 'cause I like to be outside, but then I don't like when it's too hot.
Yeah.
I don't like when it's too cold either, because then I have to wear a lot, like many clothes. But by the time I feel comfortable, I feel like an Eskimo. Like, no.
Okay, so what's your ideal temperature then? Where would you want it to be 100% of the time?
80, 85.
80,
is fine.
85? Yeah. I think I'd go with like
Yeah.
a 70 something, 70ish.
Okay.
Being Canadian, I want like I just want a little bit cooler because I like it. 70.
When it's that low.
Do you know what hitchhiking is?
What?
Hitchhiking? Like when you stand on the road with your thumb out and someone like trying to find a ride in a car? Have you seen people do that?
Try to find it, right?
Yeah, by standing, like, if there's a person standing on the side of the road here with their thumb out,
Oh, yeah,
you know that? Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So what all this like camera equipment and stuff is I document the process of hitchhiking. So I've hitchhiked through all 48 contiguous U.S. states now over the past 223 days,
Oh,
or 123 days. Sorry.
that's interesting. 123 days.
Don't think she finds it that interesting.
Where are you going now?
The airport to try and hitchhike a ride on an airplane.
Aeroplane.
Yeah. Yeah. I've done it 5 times before. We'll see if it works this time.
Okay. I thought you were gonna crash it. I mean, you were gonna get on the airplane.
Sorry?
I thought you were gonna get on the airplane.
Well, I'm gonna try, but pretty much have to talk to people and see if they'll let me on their airplane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What states are you missing?
Hawaii and Alaska.
Oh,
it. That's it. The
that's
difficult
like
ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. The difficult ones. What's the temperature in Alaska now?
I don't know. Guys, what's the temperature in Alaska? People can answer for me.
Is it summer there? Is there
It's
summer?
yeah, they've got a summer. Like it certainly wouldn't be nearly as hot as here, but you know, it's probably shorts and t-shirt weather in August. I'm guessing. Well, depends what your opinion of shorts and t-shirt weather is.
Well, now you know it's like 85.
They're saying it's 58 Fahrenheit.
OMG. That's winter here.
I guess, yeah, that'd be your winter here. Has it ever gotten to like 32 here?
Yes.
Okay, it does. Okay, it does get down to 0.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
When it does, believe me, that I don't come out of the house. May I have to because I have to go to work, but it's so comfortable. Oh my god, I just want to go home and stay in the heat.
I've been into some cold places. I kind of like it. I like the challenge of it. It tests you.
I see. I see.
Kind of show her the Arctic hitchhiking.
I want to go to dental program.
So where?
The university.
Dental program?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was saying I will go anywhere, even if it's Alaska. But sometimes I think about it. And I'm like, no. I think
So if you got
they
accepted,
offered to me in Alaska.
full ride scholarship to Alaska, you'd still say no, or?
I think I'll still say no. It is hard to say no because that's my dream. But I mean, thinking about that weather, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it. I'm not gonna be able to even study or go to school. Or, I don't know.
For this one. I don't want to distract you, but this is what 4 hours standing outside in minus 40 looks like.
Oh my god. That's a lot. Look at that snow.
So that's not even snow, that's ice.
Oh, that's ice?
That's condensation from my breath. So there's water vapor in your breath, and at that temperature it just crystallizes and freezes onto the first thing it touches. So in
What
that
temperature was there?
minus 40.
Oh my goodness. Where was that? Canada?
That was Yukon, Canada, northern Canada. on the Dempster Highway.
No way I could. How come the phone worked there? Because I think it'll just.
Well, it was in my pocket, and then I'm like, oh, everything's frozen. I should take a quick selfie. So, but yeah, the battery, like, I tried to make a phone call when I was up there at one point, and it said my battery was like 50%, and then it just died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's too much. Oh my god, no people outside, right?
Sorry?
Was there any person outside?
Not really. Not where I was standing. That's why I was outside for 4 hours. I was trying to catch a ride, but there wasn't much traffic. But everyone that drove past would stop and be like, "Are you okay?"
I know, yeah. Oh god, you like difficult stuff
I do.
for sure.
I get a kick out of it.
Oh my god. How long have you been doing that?
Well, this is my first trip that I documented, and it's day 123, I think. But I've been doing these trips for 4 years.
And on top of it, do you work or do something else? You study?
Between trips, I would work, and now what I'm doing right now is my job, I guess. So it's sustainable at this point.
Oh, that's great.
And 22 days, is it? Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to look at it. So is that like a dental assistant program, or or like an actual?
Huh?
What type of program was it again? It was a dental assistant.
No. Dental doctor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a degree?
I am a doctor already, but in Cuba, I studied dentistry in Cuba for 5 years.
Yeah.
So I want to get the license to work here, but in order to do that, I need to get 2 years university here.
Oh, okay. So
And that needs money and
you were a dentist in Cuba?
yes,
Oh, that's cool.
yes. I graduated in 2003,
Yeah.
15 years ago. But I still have that dream to become a dentist here because in Cuba, it's not like you're a dentist. It's the same like you being a taxi driver.
Really?
Yeah, you don't make money here. No.
Because yeah, you make money here
Here,
as a dentist. Yeah.
no, but not in Cuba.
Yeah.
Believe me, I already went to that. That's why I'm here.
So you're here. Is it hard to get into a program here though?
It is.
Yeah.
It is very hard. Lately, it's very competitive. Many people from other countries want to become dentists here, so they want to get into the same program I want.
Yeah.
So you gotta get this national board done, which I already have. Thank God I passed the both. Now I need the English test done. They want more than 100 on that English. I mean, my English is not bad, but I need to get more than 100. And in order to get that, you need to be real good, or at least know the strategies, how to answer the questions they want you to answer
Yeah.
properly, so you can get the score you want. And
Yeah.
that needs time and money
Mhm.
because so yeah.
Well, I hope that works out for you.
And it's I need to hire a tutor to show me everything.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like that. Let's see how it goes.
For sure.
Were you born in Canada?
Yep. Yep. That's my home. After this trip back to Canada, and off to another trip.
Yeah. So, when are you planning to do the other trip?
I'll probably be home for 2 weeks, and then go on another one.
Only 2 weeks at home?
Probably.
You're not married or anything, right?
No
I
dependents.
see.
No
you
way.
better do that jump now, because you get married.
Exactly.
You make sure that she likes to travel so she can travel with you. Oh, God. Yeah, that takes a lot of time. I mean, people like sometimes to travel and know things, but that what you do, you have a lot of energy. And yeah. But what do you do when do you document everything? Do you film?
Yeah, so I make a live video documentary of what hitchhiking is like.
And then, what do you do with that? Do you sell it?
It's live,
Oh.
so people watch it as it happens, and they'll comment and talk about it and stuff like that, and it's monetized, and that's the whole thing.
Oh. But where do you stream it?
Have you heard of Twitch TV?
Touch TV?
Twitch?
Twitch?
Yeah.
No.
No, that's what I stream to. When I get out, I'll give you a card, and if you want to see what I
Okay.
do, then you can check that out.
Okay. That's interesting. I heard of someone that travels for, what does she do? She tries to find new places, and she makes documentaries of the places, comment on.
Yep.
And she also makes money with that. Like, oh my God. Can you imagine that? Just like traveling, you're making money, you're enjoying, and at the same time, you're making money, which is great. I don't even know where I saw that.
Mr. Easy, hang him out. Impact's here too.
Huh?
Sorry, just awkwardly talking to the people
Oh.
on the little live video thing.
Oh, okay.
Sweet.
Enjoy the trip.
I certainly will. Certainly.
I know.
Before I get out, I'll give you a card if you want to check it out. There you go.
Okay.
Do you want to see what I do? That's where you can find it. Just take me 1 sec to get all my stuff out.
All right.
I got all my
Okay.
equipment. But thank you for the ride.
You're very welcome. Let me help you.
Oh, it's all good.
Got it?
It's all good. Just take a second. Oh, it certainly is. This. All right.
Bye.
Thank you very much. See ya. Have a great day.
You too.
Oopsie. That's not working. You go down. Okay, still learning how. Oh god, broke my glasses even more. That'll do. Sorry for the view. Or you're welcome for the view, depending on who's watching. Hey, just have a quick question for you. So I make a live video documentary on what hitchhiking is like. So I've hitchhiked through 48 US states now, and what I do sometimes is I end up at an airport and I see if there's anyone flying anywhere, or anyone I can talk to. They've got an empty seat. If a Canadian documentarian can catch a ride on their empty seat. Do you know, is there like a pilot's lounge here? Is there any place?
Pilots, you can speak to anyone in the common area, but
In the common area? Okay. Alright, so anyone here I can talk to?
you can speak to anyone.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Strawberries 18. And there's a restaurant upstairs, I think. If you can check out. So the difficulty here is going to be catching the people I need to catch, because this is like the public lounge. This restaurant bar, specials, subspecials for 60 left. You can. Is it documentary? Yeah, I totally am. By plane, by the way, it's illegal to hitchhike traditionally in Nevada. But we've done it 5 times before. Just trying to see if we can make it happen again. I guess we can check out the restaurant. This works. There's a party on Fremont Street tonight? Yeah, maybe. Again, I'm not much of a partier. Are you going to Hawaii? Hopefully on an airplane, but not by doing this. It'd be talking to marketing directors. So see, airport. See, that's the type of planes we'd need to get to Hawaii. It's little business jets. Ones like that might have a 2,500 mile range. Oh, Tantrix, thank you. Best bet is to hitch a flight to LAX and go from there. Well, why LAX? This is a business airport. An executive airport. They probably won't be flying to LAX because it has really expensive landing fees. If someone's going to Alaska, then I take it. Let's check out the restaurant quickly. There's someone up there grabbing a drink. Phone number flies for NetJets and says if plane is empty, you can go. Can you get me in contact with them? Maybe I'll grab a drink here.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well yourself?
Wherever you'd like to sit, okay?
Sure, thank you. Not Alex, but Cali in general. That's the plan, yeah. That's the plan, Impact.
Yeah, they got a paper to show that it wasn't alcohol. So they're right off the alcohol too.
Ask where the pilot's lounge is. I already asked about the pilot's lounge, and they said they couldn't take me there. So I have to be a pilot, which I am not, and that makes sense.
I missed it. Yeah, mine does too. You're right. But I need to copy it. See, they stayed with
Yeah, fine. We're just gonna grab a drink here and see if I can talk to a couple people. Caught a flight to go to Hawaii? No, not yet. Yeah, I'll get a beer and a water. Consider a boat/freighter to Hawaii? Yeah, we can figure it out. Downside of that is I'd be gone for 5 days to 2 weeks rather than 7 hours on a flight. hitch a ride on a cruise ship, it's made for tourism, so I don't know how you do that. Oh, yeah, unless it was the same thing where I like talked to the marketing director for the cruise line, and then they gave me for some form of publicity. Couple flights going to San Jose and John Wayne. Yeah.
It'll be a while.
Here you get a plane in Seattle. Oh. Current events reference, I understand. Thought he was going to hitch from the executive airport. I am.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you got one-on-one, okay?
Just fly to Hawaii from Vegas, still kind of hitchhiking? It's not, but like I can hitchhike around Hawaii. I don't feel like I've not accomplished it. Thank you.
What can I bring to drink? You're welcome.
Can I start with a glass of water? I might grab a beer in a
Water?
sec. Is there a beer? Okay.
Get from table 2.
How long flight to Hawaii be? Like 7 hours, I think?
What you drinking, hon?
Is there a beer menu or?
No, but I can tell you what we have. We
What do
don't
we
have
got?
any draft. We have Bud Light, Coors Light, Corona, Heineken, Dos Equis Amber, Sam Adams Lager, Modelo, Stella, and Blue Moon.
It's a good memory. Can I just grab a Corona?
Corona?
Yeah.
You want a lime and a mug?
Yes, please. Or at least a lime.
Just a mug.
Just a lime. No draft, all bottles. When she brings my beer, I'm gonna ask her. Crooked a little bit. Get a little crooked. Straight-ish. Like getting a drink, like the taste of beer. I like the taste of beer. I have like 1 or 2 drinks. Usually not more than that. Yeah, I'll be asking her. It's pretty much about like asking someone who can then maybe pass you on to the next person. She can pass you on to the next person. Like yesterday, I was looking at like charter airlines. I called the charter airline that flies a lot of planes, and they're like, okay, well we charter out airlines exclusively to Boyd Gaming, and Boyd Gaming flies to Hawaii, and so then I called Boyd Gaming, and they're yes, and then I talked to them. They gave me the contact for the media.
Right here, yeah. Yes. Or
Christ. Who did that?
water. Water. And water.
Is M here? Hawaii, here you come. We're working on it. You see that ball good to go? Yeah, it's good. Can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
So what I do is I document the process of hitchhiking. That's why I have all this equipment stuff here. So I've hitchhiked through all 48 contiguous U.S. states, and sometimes I'll end up at airports, and I've managed to hitch a ride on 5 flights so far on this trip. Do you have any advice for this airport here as
You
far as
won't
people?
get a ride from anybody here.
No one
It's all
here?
private.
It's all private?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I've hitched. Well, private planes that people own, and then I've hitched on one chartered flight as well. so far.
Did you already ask them downstairs?
I talked to them, and they're like, yeah, you can talk to anyone in the lobby. This is essentially what I could do. So I just have
They
to talk
just
to
called
them.
up here.
The lobby
They're,
did?
they're very strict here because
Okay.
it's very wealthy people that come in here,
Yeah.
and they don't want to be bothered.
Okay.
So that's
They don't.
kind of the turn of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so they called and asked if you were what you were asking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just
I
here
don't
for
have
a
anything
beer
to
and
do
drink.
with downstairs. You
Yeah.
know, I'm the restaurant part of it.
Yeah.
But whatever they tell you is what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. And they said I could hang out in the lobby, is what they said so far. So I'll do whatever they tell me. If they tell
Yeah.
me to leave, I'll leave. But it's not a problem.
Well, congratulations. That's a big feat.
So yeah, we've done 48 contiguous U.S. states.
Who's
We just
we?
have. I run a live stream, so I say they're
Oh,
part of
okay.
me, kind of.
Okay.
Now it's just Alaska and Hawaii, which are the hard ones, you know.
So you're trying to hit your
Right now,
ride
I'm trying
to-
well, Hawaii ideally, but that's a very long ways away. I'd like to get to California right now. It's essentially where I'd like to go.
Uh-huh.
And I'm guessing there's a decent amount of traffic from here to California.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't know how to connect with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't help you, so.
Yeah, that's okay. It's okay.
I wish I
ask
could.
everyone. Yeah.
Do you want to order some food?
I just ate, so I'm just gonna have a drink.
Okay.
That's good.
All right. Good luck anyway.
I'll need it. No soliciting? Well, they didn't say that. They're just asking what I was doing up here. That was discouraging? I'd agree. If the airport's already being all uppity about that. So I might not last too long, and that's okay. But yeah, she was very nice. Just said that they called up. That's a $9 bottle of beer. That's fine. Are you still gonna try? Yeah. I'll still try. There's some nice planes here. Reason for concern given recent events? Yeah, someone hijacked a plane in Seattle. That does not help me at all. Another executive airport north of town? Yeah, I saw that. If that doesn't work today, maybe I'll try that one tomorrow, and if that doesn't work, we'll try something else. Only way will happen is find a rich dude that owns his own plane. Except, like, we've done it before, and I've hitchhiked on a chartered flight by talking to the passengers that were paying for a chartered flight, and I got to tag along on that. So, it's happened before. Tell me you'll advertise the business for a free ride. Okay. Let's talk about a chartered plane. So, charter plane costs one of those planes out here. These ones out here. So that first white one, probably operating costs are around $5,000 an hour, up to $10,000 an hour. Do you think them getting me a flight just to California, so like an hour-long flight, do you think they'd get $10,000 worth of business out of it? It's a numbers thing at that point. Travel documentarian. Killer area, yeah, it might. At a more executive place like this. You're not gonna hitchhike as the only passenger, obviously. Yeah, but then it wouldn't be the chartered plane's choice. If someone was already paying for a seat on a chartered plane, the charter company would be like, hey, can we just put a random hitchhiker on the plane with you? It would be up to the the customer who paid a bunch of money for chartered planes, it would be their decision whether they want to allow an extra person on the plane or not. Should use the article. I don't, when I'm doing my quick elevator pitch, I don't know how I incorporate I'm on Business Insider. Make California signs stand at the entrance. Yeah, maybe. Ask them to take Twitch bits. If we all donate you 5,000 bits, will you take me on a flight? How much is 5,000 bits? $50? Pilots there don't own planes, they just work for rich people that do. Yeah. Most of these planes out here that you see right there, they'll be chartered planes that pay for a pilot to run them. There's a few more further down there that look more like single engine kind of propeller planes, think Cessnas and stuff like that. And that would be more like something that a private pilot would fly into. Tell them your hitchhiker's been featured on Business Insider. Okay, I'm a travel documentarian that's been featured on Business Insider. Eh? No shame you need to pay for a trip to Hawaii. That was always a long shot concerned accomplish your goal. Yeah, like, it'd be easy enough. And it might be something I'll look at later today. How many... I'd probably use my air miles. Not my air miles, I'd probably transfer airplane membership awards points to British Airways Avios, and then use those Avios points for redemption from the West Coast to Hawaii. I think it's 12,500 each way. Around a plane? No. Let's get M's in Wonderland to Hawaii fun. Sure. That'd be fun. Turn notifications. Downstairs near edge to see if one of the Kardashians come in Paris Hilton. Wouldn't that be fun? A fun little ride. Incoming Learjet. Those are sexy. At this point, we just need to get to Nevada. Kind of. I've had it with Vegas. Need a guy who knows a pilot. I know several pilots, and I've been contacting those pilots that I know just to see. I had one lead, but it didn't work out. I've got other leads from my networking, like the emails and the calls I made the past couple days. Sam, thanks for the 200 bits. Appreciate that. Hey, Robert. Hope we get a flight. Yeah, it'd be nice. This airport doesn't seem that welcome to me. Other airports are like, yeah, cool, it's cool what you're doing. Like, hang out, talk to people, that's great. This one's more like, it's open to the public, so you can like be here, but you can't go anywhere else. Contact Sundance Helicopters. No, is that the ones that did the helicopter tours to the Grand Canyon? I contacted a few places in Vegas just for fun things to do in town. That didn't work out. Like, I contacted the place that you can shoot a bunch of guns. They didn't get back to me. I contacted the Cosmopolitan. They got back to me, but they said no.
I don't take rides for viewers, but what I'm telling you, my dad owns a plane, then absolutely. This is a very separate case. I will take any form of transportation to Hawaii, essentially. It's crazy. I checked your followers. Remember, I followed you. You had like 200. Yeah, things have changed a bit then. Well, we had 200 followers on like week 3-ish, between week 2 and 3, maybe. Is this your first airport around Vegas you're at? This is the first airport I've been to in Vegas to talk to people. They don't seem that welcome. Not that welcoming here. Which is understandable, I understand that. I'm not going to complain about that. It's an awkward thing I'm doing. And I understand from a business perspective not wanting some hitchhiker running around talking to all your clients. I understand that. But I still want to try and hitchhike on an airplane. Oh yeah, Emily, you start tomorrow, right? You told me last week. Next Sunday. Tomorrow's Sunday. Not some hitchhiker though. To them, I kind of am. I guess I can work on my pitch and make it sound like I'm more than just some hitchhiker. In my mind, I'm just still some hitchhiker. So, just like a media celeb. Probably the first one to do what you're doing. Who knows? They probably haven't had too many people that are doing exactly this at this airport. That's correct. So this isn't awkward travel. There you go. A little plug for awkward travel. Is it awkward travel? Or awkward travels? Plugging your line. I hope my equipment helps with that. The TVU hopefully helps. It looks serious. I tried Cali and from there hitch a sailboat. It's possible. I'd be gone for quite a while on a sailboat. Depending on currents and winds, they don't go that fast. So I'd be gone for a while and you can't stream in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. There's just nothing there, network-wise. When his first day comes in and says, I need time to go to Hawaii. Exactly. Priorities, right? What was your pitch last time you copped a ride? Exclamation point plane shows you my pitch. People in this Streamer Sky? Not many. There's a couple. I'm just figuring how I want to do this. Because they already seem leery of me. Like, the worst that would happen is they kick me out. And I'd move on with my life. I'd have to try and catch a ride back into the town, which I'm guessing there's not too many Ubers driving around this part of town, so I'd have to figure something else out. Because you appear to be a crazy person talking to himself. Sure. Go to a less fancy FBO. This place is like the Taj of FBOs. Is there another FBO at this airport? Let's see. I've been to some fancy FBOs. The one in New Orleans was reasonably fancy. But we got a ride out of there. That doesn't help.
Yeah.
Let's say you can talk to people in the lobby. I would try. I'm going to. I just was going to see if there's much potential up here.
I was hoping there'd be someone kind of sitting at a bar and I'd sit next to them, strike up conversation, but types of people here don't seem that like the people I need to talk to. So Curly took you to Louisiana. What was the airport? Ooh, I forget what it was called. It was right next to the water. I forget what it was called. Most important moment is first glance. Yeah, absolutely. Mornings are more frequented at the airport, it seems. I agree with you. I agree with you. It's better to start earlier in the morning. It's my... My jetpack turned off. That's why I didn't have internet. That makes sense. I was wondering why the internet didn't work. Because it broke. Sounds like I might be here all night. Oh, I won't. They wouldn't let me stay here all night. They're already not that welcoming. I'm not saying that in a negative way. Like it's just it's a fact of the place. Some places are more welcoming than others. This one, not so much. Was it the TV you have Wi-Fi? You can use it as a router. I'm not using it as a router right now. Paying for the like hitchhiking it. Right now I'm trying to hitchhike a flight, but they're not very welcoming to me hitchhiking a flight. Don't need a Jessica Cali, just regular. I know. California's very close by. If the city and the state, I'd like to move on. I can't hitchhike traditionally in Nevada. Yeah, this is the new setup. So things are in HD, which is really cool. It's a really cool piece of technology here. This thing right here. It's cool stuff. TVU1. This is the things that news broadcasters use. So they can do like live video reports from wherever they are and not have to have a whole news van. You can just go and whatever, bring this with you, and you can broadcast to your news station and then to the world live. That's cool. Hitchhiking is illegal in Nevada yet. Gives people who just got here an update what's going on. I'm at an airport, not an international airport, a smaller private airport in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I want to try and hitchhike. Well, ideally to Hawaii, but most likely to California would be the more likely. Just need to meet the first cool person. I know, you just need to have someone that's extremely open to other people. Maybe contact with pilots that can take you there. I've talked to all my pilot contacts and they don't really know much. I'll send a message to Todd asking about even a flight from Vegas to California. Hitchhiking is illegal. Wouldn't be hitchhiking a plane be extra illegal? No, soliciting a ride from a roadway is illegal. This is none of that. Don't worry about the slamming place, just talk to the pilots themselves. The thing is, they locked me out of the pilot's lounge. They said I can't go to the pilot's lounge. So it's hard for me to find pilots. Hard to whip up the Tears for a Ride. Why would I do that? In these types of situations, you're not going to get like a sympathy ride. They'll take you if they want to. If they don't, they won't. Isn't Hawaii getting hammered with a tropical storm at the moment? I don't know.
Just go to the bar. I'm at the bar eating pie. Well, I'm at the restaurant/bar. There's currently no one sitting at the bar. You're Sam 702 is 2 miles away from you. Really? That's cool. Hi. What airports were you able to hitch a ride before, or which states? California, Colorado, Kansas, Louisiana. Will you be in Hawaii for a month? Probably not. I'm gonna hitchhike after the trip? Yeah, I will be. If we get stuck in Hawaii, that's not a situation. I can either buy a flight home or I can use my airline miles. There will be no getting stuck in Hawaii. Hitch a plane ride yet? No. What if we get stuck in Hawaii on purpose? You're feeling running away? I'm looking forward to Hawaii, and if you met me there, Emily, I would not be opposed at all. You're probably 2 miles away from here. Where do you need a ride to? I'll spend a little bit of time here. Just to feel it out a little bit more, because I only talked to like 2 people.
That's true.
I don't think it makes any difference if you're more retired with no life. I hear ya. Regular code. And pardon me?
I sent Todd a little quick message. Do you like Vegas? Would you visit there again? It's not my type of place. When I think of Vegas, I think of gambling, I think of nightclubs and partying. And that just isn't really my thing. So I never sought out Vegas, and in fact, it's the last place in the 48 contiguous U.S. states I hadn't been yet. The big reason was it's illegal to hitchhike here traditionally. But the other reason is Vegas just doesn't appeal to me that much. So it's cool to see, and I'm happy I checked it out, but it wouldn't be somewhere on my regular vacation list. Yoink doink, thanks for the 100 bits. Let's get an Amazon Wonderland fun. It's a diner? Yeah, it's like a restaurant and bar above an airport here.
money together and then bet on green. What are the odds? What are the odds of hitting green? Isn't there just like one green or a couple green?
Why are they doing never see anymore?
She just left about 20 minutes ago. That's why.
First ever hitching reason for it? I didn't like the Greyhound bus. I hitchhiked from Kelowna, British Columbia to Victoria, British Columbia. One ride, 20 minutes. It took me to Vancouver, to Victoria, to Vancouver Island, to my friend's front door in Victoria. And it escalated from there. Yeah, I really don't think if I just started walking up to tables here, they would not like that here. Which is initially I came up here and I thought I'd just kind of socialize with a few people. But like they called up here to check on what I was doing. Because they probably don't want me talking to people. Resort Casino Camelot. They probably wouldn't let me stream there, just like everywhere else. Nicest vehicle you've been in? King Air 250 is the nicest vehicle I've hitchhiked on. Interesting. I thought you could stream casinos. Everyone I've been into is like, no, it's not streaming, it's video. They don't want you taking videos in there. For whatever reason. Next best airport would be North Las Vegas, yeah. And I saw that. And I knew that I couldn't hitch. If there was any chance of hitching a flight directly from Vegas to Hawaii, it would be at this airport. On a private-ish type plane. I don't think the North Las Vegas would service that type of traffic. Yeah, I talked to my server. Red Bull Wings, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Twitch Hikers, and thanks for the support. Trying to someone next to you. Oh, I feel like they're gonna kick me out at that point. Because downstairs already called up. They don't like me too much here.
Okie dokie.
Is that very cool?
You'll see schedules, plans leaving certain airports from airports, or if that info not available. I'm guessing some of it's scheduled and some of it's not, so I might be able to check. So when do we start moving? When I decide to start moving. Where did I stay? I stayed in the El Cortez and the Tuscany.
I could even tell the difference.
Oh, it's just
Yeah.
These is tasty. How they do?
Good, good.
These is alright.
I don't ever see Denise. She's on work Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, so I see her once in a while when she comes in.
The boat's not going to have Wi-Fi enough to run a live stream. If they have any internet connectivity, it's like satellite, and it's enough to like send an email, and it's expensive. They're not going to have 2+ up and the bandwidth to keep a live stream running.
I'm sorry?
Steve's throwing in the crazy deep fried party of deep fried Snickers. they just have exclusive clientele and they don't want my types around here. Ask people in front of the airport? I don't know. So what about Hawaii? We're working on it. El Cortez, 1 out of 10. I don't know. Like the rooms were a little dated, but it was nice. I don't know. It's a casino hotel. It was cool to check out. It was my first like casino hotel I've stayed in. But there's nothing crazy about it. I like the Tuscany more probably, except the cell reception there sucked. No strain, you accomplish your goal as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I just want to give it a solid effort. New stream setup. Yeah, this is the new setup. Nick Pearson. Grand Canyon helicopter tour? That'd be fine. Do they fly out of this one or the north one? No, he does not have a flight to Hawaii. Put me in your suitcase. We'll just sneak. Alright, I don't have. Wait, are you talking to someone else or me? You know I don't have a suitcase. I don't believe in it. You can fit in my 60-liter backpack. You're probably less than 60 liters. Dr. X, I don't want to ride share. Need to ride down the street from you. I just don't know where I should go. And I feel like I want to give this place a little bit of time and just see what type of traffic rolls through. Are you going to try and hitchhike to Hawaii now? Yeah, I've been contacting. How I'm going to end up having to, if I can get to Hawaii, it's going to be by contacting people that can make that call, like marketing directors and such, and pitching my stream to them, which is what I've been doing. But it's now the weekend, I won't hear anything back until a week. So. Just stretch your butt. Yeah. So like practice your your toe touches so you can like bend in half kind of. But I feel like if you can fully kind of bend in half, we could like place you in the bag with your head and feet poking out. And then when we need to, we can just lightly fold over the top of it so they can't see you, and then we'll open you back up again so you can breathe. I think that's our best option.
Right here, set the table together. I'm gonna give you 1 second.
Okay.
Have you hitched on a cruise ship? No. Anytime you're on something that's like for tourists, like for that industry, like it's all money based. And I guess it would be the same kind of thing when like what I'm trying to do right now is essentially I'm contacting marketing directors, people that would be like, oh yeah, that could be good publicity for the company. Let's just let this guy on. It doesn't cost us much individually to let one person onto a plane that holds X amount of people. The extra fuel and stuff like that isn't that much. Same case for a cruise ship. The extra person on board and the one less room you can sell really doesn't cost the company that much, and the goodwill and publicity from that might make up for the small cost.
Yeah, well,
It sounds comfy, but we'll get you to Hawaii.
I could look at it. Videos before you actually order. I will have it.
Go one level above the marketing director and get referred to them, and they'll consider your request more seriously. Nick Pearson. That's good. Oh, yeah. The only thing would be I have to somehow sway the person above that, which was probably the managing director. It doesn't get much higher than that.
Does it?
Where's Rico at now?
Ask Mr. Beast to donate a plane. He doesn't own a plane. Doesn't he just get like sponsorship money and then gives it away and that's his content for the most part? Actually, yeah, maybe I should contact my contact with Business Insider, see if they can run it through their thing, see if they can help. Sunker's heading up and down the West Coast. But I don't want to go up and down the West Coast. I want to go to Hawaii. Unless they're going to Alaska, then maybe. You talked to this senator about getting a flight to Hawaii too? No, I haven't. But that might actually be an option. If you book a return flight, I don't. Like, I can book a return flight once I'm there. Why do I have to book it beforehand? Did much come from the Snickers tweet? No. Stay in Vegas till weekend's over to fully think a plan out. Like, tonight's the most expensive night to be in Vegas. It's a Saturday night, so it costs a lot. I'm tired of Vegas. Spaghetti Noodle, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Twitch checks. Thanks for the support. Military or non-military flight for San Diego to Hawaii, since it was from a Corp Navy base to go to Hawaii. I've tried on military flights and they were not too receptive to it. How much smokes on something? But like, I can probably get a place. It'll just be like $100 compared to like the other places, which were like $20 plus a $25 resort fee. Seattle, use 25k miles to get a ticket from Seattle, Honolulu, Anchorage, Seattle. What currency are you thinking of for 25,000 miles for a round trip that could do that routing? For 25,000, I could go West Coast to Hawaii to Anchorage and then hitchhike back.
Get up to speed. Get back your way.
But
Because it is,
Right. Yeah. Okay. Talk to you guys.
I have two actually. I kept saying, just go home. I just want to go home because we couldn't get her.
all right, well, we'll see that tomorrow.
are we still good? Is this just not working?
Well, I'm sure. That's helpful. I got to go for 500.
Oh, my chat's frozen on this. I gotta restart this. Sorry, if you guys have been saying stuff, my chat froze a little bit ago, and I just thought chat slowed down for a minute, but I'm just missing stuff.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah. And they're flying on that. Those two would be all the other ones.
This is here because of Will Northeast, Will Wolney. See another stream? Did they host me? Sorry, I have a very bad memory. If they did, I should remember it, but I just have a bad memory.
Good to meet you tonight. Alright, now you can start your day. I survived. Barely. Hitchhiking on a plane, we're trying. Emily coming to Hawaii? Emily is coming to Hawaii. Alright, pack your bag. Let's go. Okay. Alright, that's working. Well, yeah, I'll probably go back down, see if there's any action in the lobby. To Alaska by road or by Alaska Marine Highway from Seattle to Vancouver. And summer's best times camp on the way to Alaska by road. Victoria's one. My real like hesitance to just hitchhike up through British Columbia, Yukon to Alaska that way is I can't stream that. There's just really no connection going on. I'll just stick with the one. I can get the build. I can stream in rural BC, rural Yukon until I get to Alaska, and then even in Alaska, I'm guessing once you're really outside of the major population centers, there's not going to be much signal. Correct me if I'm wrong. When you end up getting in and out, what's it called? A double, like a double patty burger?
$7.
Okay.
Chicken salad sandwich. Well, what do you want? You want soup or do you want
Snickers all done now? What do you mean the Snickers all done now? Do I have any Snickers on me? Not at the moment, no. Yeah, now you guys know how much my beer was.
Yeah, I'll do an iced tea.
Paying the ones, I used 4 bills. So unless I'm underpaying them by $3. Decent signal, Anchorage to Chicken to Dawson. Really? This was my initial thought. If I get to Hawaii, I think I'd struggle to find hitching a ride or something like that to Alaska. So just use airline miles, 12,500 British Airways miles to get to Anchorage, and then hitchhike to Dawson or Whitehorse, and then just fly back from Whitehorse to Vancouver, because there's not going to be much in rural Canada. I don't have the data plan set up for Canada streaming anyway.
It's loaded. This trip, I mean, his first trip, it's loaded.
Did you find the flight? Not yet.
So are they shipping that out? Yeah.
No, I have not found a ride to Hawaii. I'd look a lot more excited if I did. Not seeing the Alaska Air Mileage Redemption Open Draw. Keep trying. Yeah. Because a lot of airline redemptions don't allow an open jaw on a round trip. Aeroplan would allow an open jaw on a round trip, but it's not 25,000. I think Hawaii is like, it might be something, maybe like 40,000 each way or some crap. Aeroplan's not good for Hawaii. Stream chat confusing everyone? Oh. I didn't set it. But I'm seeing that now. I can see that being confusing, yeah. Most streaming is per hour at 720p. Depends on the bit rate. But when I was streaming at like 700, we were calling it like half a gig an hour. So we're doing 2,500. That would be called 4 times as much, so 2 gigs an hour. But I'm using a lot more because right now I'm streaming in 1080p and we're broadcasting at 5,000, so probably 4 gigs an hour.
Oh, gotcha. 40 just in. Okay. Or what? Yeah. Yeah.
Is anyone famous on your journey? To famous to the whole world? No. I almost met Martha Stewart. And I was going to try and hitchhike on an airplane if I saw her. But I was there like 2 hours too late in Newport, Rhode Island. Other than that, Gabe Helmy, YouTuber, 500,000 subscribers. Alec Ledford, Mandra Briggs, ATV Andy in Virginia.
Thank you.
Thanks. And yeah. Same unlimited Verizon data plan, except right now I'm running off 7 network connections. One of them being my unlimited Verizon plan, the other 6 provided to me by TVU to try out the TVU one. Hey, Gumchi. I'm pretty decent today. We're trying to do some aviation hitchhiking. This airport's not really receptive to me. Oh, Lauren, if you allow Chicago Next TV, yeah. Oh, they must cost you a lot of money? I'm only paying for one of those plans, and it's $150 US a month. Tipped off CNN travel through an old friend. Let's hope they get the bait. $150 times 7 a month to impress chat. No, would not pay that. Uncle Flies plans, but he's in South Carolina. That would have been good information, Kemchi, when I was in South Carolina.
Well, do we need to talk about?
No, it didn't get a flight set up. We gotta change that title because everyone was asking me if I got a flight set up to Hawaii. That's what I'm gonna be answering all day. Is there any airports more left and question mark? I don't know what that means. You know, ask her that travels from Vegas to Howard. Let me call her, see if she's planning coming to High Alley this week. No Kappa? I feel like there's some Kappa in there. There's a whole lot of Kappa.
Oh, yeah, they were checking him out. Yeah.
There's a LAS to Honolulu redemption available for $17.5K. What program are we talking about, Morgan? Like, there's a million different airline programs. I don't even know if I have points in there. And not until August 25th. That's a while. That's a ways away. Last stop, just to buy a ticket, yeah. And then I'll hitchhike around Hawaii and it'll be fine.
I see. So you just got checked out in Sydney. Okay.
No Kappa. You've got her personal phone number because I've never seen her. What? Also, I'm wearing the Holy shirt today. I've got a hole in my shoulder. That probably doesn't help. Alaska Airlines Managed Plan? I'd be using British Airways Avios most likely. They partner with Alaska Airlines. So.
Other check rides, because
$1,000 to ship a vehicle from LA to Honolulu? Actually, isn't that much. I thought it would be more than that.
So you haven't been checked out in Sim yet? Yes. Okay, because I thought you were. Yeah. I checked out Sim, but I ended up because I was looking for my $25.
Get yourself to Anchorage to Honolulu flights for $15,000 Alaska Airlines miles. I don't have Alaska Airlines miles. I have American Express membership boards, Canadian American Express membership boards points, which transfer 1-to-1 to Aeroplan and British Airways Avios. I also have Alaska Airlines miles.
Oh, but you can't check somebody out.
How many seats are left? 2. You gotta look for no holes in clothes. Oh, giving me the sass. Giving me the sass. got the holy shoulder.
And then timing has been, so we've always, customers have always.
$700 and you could fly out today to Honolulu. One way, round trip.
We got a guy, for my, I've been checked out for 2 weeks when I started in April. The guy was gonna.
Like, I really just don't feel like spending that much time sitting still trying to figure this out. That's my thing. I want to keep moving. I don't like standing still when I'm on a trip because like, I want to try to make things happen, but not happening. It's just frustrating because you're just sitting still doing nothing.
He actually has already put in his notice. So, like the last.
Then you plan stress with your Alaska Airlines. No, they don't. And British Airways is cheaper for that redemption anyway, so I don't know why I'd want to. Alaska Airlines has some amazing redemption value. I use 70,000 Alaska Airline miles to fly from Boston to Hong Kong on Cathay Pacific first class with a 1.5 stopover and then continuing on to Johannesburg. South Africa. One redemption, 70,000 miles. All first class, champagne and caviar.
They only tell me what I need.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, until Tuesday.
Right.
Down runway and put your hand up. Yeah, that would be illegal. That would be illegal.
I got lost in it.
On the left on Visa. It's day 123. So 67. It's the nearest intersection with a catch pilot or passenger that way. That's doing something. I might do something like that. We could just hang out outside with the California sign.
I mean, if it's regulated, if it's inside the parameters of the regulations, like how could they say no?
Well,
Alright.
Yeah.
They need somebody to come back, they gotta come there. That's,
They got a fast retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they have a value, required to need to get something.
The problem with like just standing out there with the California signs, I don't actually get to talk to them. Unless I'm right by the doors, but they would probably get pissed off about that, and I'm still on their property, so they'd kick me off at that point. People wouldn't really pull over and be like, yeah, sure, hop on a plane to California. The people that have let me on, they've let me on because they find what I'm doing interesting, and I guess they like me enough. Like a better value saving your points for a trip next adventure flights to Hawaii are pretty cheap. It depends where you're flying from, but yeah, $500 round trip ain't bad. But I don't want a round trip. I'd be flying to Hawaii then to Alaska. But Emily is in sort of like Ontario, so we'll be flying out of Toronto Pearson. Keep that in mind. It's gonna be more expensive because that's on the other side of North America.
Anybody need any hot sauce or anything?
Yeah. I know that, but that's again, that's work. I said, even though I know
Alaska's out time. 219 round trip, San Diego to Honolulu. Decide to go to Casher. That's really freaking cheap.
So why not? Like, what's the difference? I get that part.
Are you stressed out? Not particularly. I just hate standing still, having nothing happen. At a local airport? I'm in an executive airport, like a business airport.
You would have to fly out here. Yeah. It's too bad we didn't notice it because they did
219 one way? 199 San Diego to Kauai. Anyway. Documentary to California. I really think that would just confuse people, and it wouldn't be confusing enough to be like, let's just stop and see what they're talking about. They would just like be like, huh, that's weird, and move on. vote making a Hawaii sign. Yeah. I've been to West Virginia. I've been to all 48 contiguous U.S. states. Why don't they want you there? I don't know. Ask them. They have exclusive clientele, and I'm not the type of demographic they cater towards. There's probably no answer to you yet. He's answered my previous questions, but I just messaged him about the one to California, and I haven't heard back from that one.
The guy said, "Help me do it." Then you have to send somebody out.
Starts 8:21. What day is it today? Hold up, that might be too much.
It's up to you what you get. I can do 20 times a month. You want to do that? You want to save that time?
Well, by the time we make the lake to Merced, how many hours do we have?
It'll be somewhere between 8 and 9.
You can go off a house.
5 hours. I mean, if we use it 25 hours, we're having to pay for it. So that's going to be a big check. Whereas if we get Yahoo signed up, like, they're still would have brought you out, but they're going to have to fly John out.
Things are in a bit of a tricky place. Man, you're starting to work tomorrow, and now you want to come to Hawaii. Like, you know I'm not going to tell you no.
So now this Thomas, what's his age?
He has to be for a sector, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, the one, the guy who's up there.
But if a place for charity may help? What does that mean?
They want to use it in Knoxville. He has to get permission from
It's called the Geo.
So if he were to come out here, he'd have to get permission. That's
We work out by the degree. Well,
But yeah, Todd just came back to me and said, yeah, the guys in the hangar behind me have a lot of flights to go to Vegas. Also, they have the yellow airplane. Todd's the other Todd I flew with. There's two Todds I've flown with. The yellow airplane. You guys remember him? Flew here. He flies to Vegas a lot.
I don't mean right now, but I mean, you know, I'm just trying to run out the scenarios of how to go. Yeah. Yeah, expeditious.
So Todd did get back to me. So he knows two people that fly California to Vegas a lot. I would just have to see if anyone's in the next couple of days. I don't want to sit here for a week. I've already been here 4 or 5 days. Alright, let's pack this up and walk downstairs and see what's going on. See how floppy that arm is? It's not supposed to do that. It's not supposed to do that.
So it's not going to be ready this week.
Is Todd in Vegas now? No, he's in Arkansas. Otherwise, I would be like, let's meet up. Let's do something.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's pick this up.
You can't like have it notarized or something. I mean, you can't like mail it. You can mail it. Like he mails a logbook back there.
There's a thing more sunglasses. I need them.
Now, is there anybody in Knoxville that someone back there? Still in something that's kind of his out.
True. Tom had not brought his wife. I asked him on the first day he got there.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. So we couldn't have done that here. Okay. Okay. Well, interesting.
These are about to fall apart. I don't know if we'll be able to focus on that. You see how that's just like broken? And that's broken? It's like, oh, it's the last limbs.
Just fly it all the time.
Flew 10 hours, 6 hours.
Real curious.
Really curious
What you're doing.
what we got going on. So I run a live travel documentary
Oh.
on the process of hitchhiking and such. I've been through all 48 contiguous U.S. states.
Oh, wow.
And now only two left are Hawaii and Alaska. So
okay.
kind of the
The
difficult
far ones.
ones. The difficult ones, yeah, for sure.
To hitchhike, you have to hitchhike in a plane, I guess. Huh?
That was what we try to do, but it'll be difficult. It's through networking. So I've contacted a bunch of people and I'm just waiting to hear back from them.
Oh, okay.
Right now I'm trying to get back to California. Are you guys flying out today?
Here.
On a chartered plane?
Well, no, but we've got a weight restriction.
A weight restriction?
We're flying a new aircraft out.
Okay, to California though? But it's fully loaded? Yeah. So
Yeah.
you couldn't take a hitchhiker?
No, sorry.
Have you been flying?
I've 5 hitchhike flights so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Twice in California, once in Wichita, Kansas, New Orleans, and Colorado.
Nice.
Yeah. So those are small personal craft for the most part. If I did the Hawaii one, that would be a longer jump.
Yeah.
Yeah. What type of plane are you flying, out of curiosity?
Yeah. Well, unfortunately,
They
yeah,
asked what type of a plane we're flying.
Yeah.
we're flying a single-engine jet. It's
Oh, yeah.
Brand new, manufactured.
Okay.
Just out, and yeah, because we're bringing it back in.
Mm-hmm.
We're, we have it loaded.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately.
Well, that's okay. Just because I'm trying to get out to California, do you know anyone that kind of might be doing something similar, kind of contact-wise?
No, but this is a good place to be making contact.
Yeah, is it? Okay. Just because the airport wasn't too inviting, because they didn't want me asking around and talking to many people, because they're like, we've got an exclusive clientele, and
Yeah.
Oh,
you shouldn't be like asking them.
I see.
Since you asked me, like that's more appropriate,
Yeah,
right?
okay, gotcha.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. See what happens. That's interesting.
Well, good luck on that.
I'll need it. I'll need
Yeah.
that. No.
Okay.
Have a great day, guys.
Yeah, you too.
I forgot about the Business Insider article. Yeah, that's a no. They're curious, and they're going to California, and they're on a brand new business jet, but they've got a weight restriction apparently. Mentioned older plane? Which one? 43 Howard? The one I flew on before? Give him a card. Maybe I should have. There's a few things I should have added there. What Business Insider article? I think we. Yeah, sure.
Unfortunately, we can't live stream your documentary
Okay.
without clearing it through the business office of the county.
Yeah, that's fine.
Unfortunately, they're closed.
Okay, so we can't get clearance. All right.
Not today.
All right, that's fine.
But you're free to stay here and just get it after flight money room or private stage.
Oh, so I can keep doing what I'm doing?
Yeah, you can.
I just can't have that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fine. All right. Thank you.
You need water or anything?
I think I'm full.
No, you're gonna head out soon.
Yeah, I'll probably be heading out.
Okay. All right, let us know if you need anything.
Do you have bottles of water?
Yeah, how many?
Just one. Yeah. Thank you. That's nice.
Do you need the number for the business office?
They're closed today, you said?
Yeah, but maybe another day because
I'll write it down. It's
because
worth
they
it.
actually run all the airports here.
Oh, they run all of them here.
You usually run.
Interesting.
Don't you have your book over there? That's why we got two books. Well, I like this book. That's why I always sit over there. Go ahead.
Yep, citation M2, so we're about Tango Tango, or I'm 1 heading out line 59 tomorrow. Enterprise rental, your instruction.
There's the mail. Is we gonna do any kind of filming on any of the airports like North Las Vegas, his executive, Gene?
You need to contact them first?
McCarry, you need to contact them.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, thank you for the number and the water. Appreciate that.
Got a YouTube channel?
It's a Twitch live stream.
Twitch?
Yeah. So live stream the process of hitchhiking. Been through all 48 contiguous U.S. states. Now I'm trying to get back to California, and then Hawaii and Alaska.
You're gonna do Hawaii too? Are you gonna do all the islands in Hawaii and stuff?
I'd like to. We'll see how it goes.
I beg your pardon?
Play by ear.
Yeah. Be careful, man. Drink water. It's hot for you.
I know. Well, it's hot every day here.
Yeah. I don't know how long you've been in Vegas, but it's, you get dehydration before you know it.
Yeah, I noticed yesterday it hit me at one point. I'm like, whoa. We
Yeah.
got to stop and hydrate here.
Hydrate. Like, I mean, you can drink. Literally, since you're carrying a backpack, you can just constantly drink water.
Yeah, I know. I got like 2 liters already, but I should keep topped up. And this is cold too, which is nice.
Yeah, and just drink water, man. Because I see people every year. We were just actually just talking about it. How they'll get dehydrated. You get cold sweats,
Back in the bathroom door.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's better than trying to wake up early in the morning.
Yeah. Because
Which way you chose?
Yes.
right now, California.
I do.
Yeah.
Mom, hot water bar.
I'm not exactly sure on my plan. I just am putting out feelers with the stream. Like I've now been featured in Business Insider and stuff like that. So I'm trying to leverage that to see if any kind of airlines would be willing to take me on just as a publicity kind of marketing pitch. So I'm gonna try and get from possibly the West Coast to Hawaii and then Alaska and then hitchhike back to. I'm from Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from near Vancouver, so it's kind of right there anyway.
Now, okay, let me ask you. I mean, have you had a positive experience the entire has there been something that's kind of made your hair stand up at all?
Well, there's been hair standing moments, but by and large, it's a very positive experience. Hitchhiking, you mostly run into people that are just going about their day-to-day business, and they see a random stranger standing on the side of the road, and they decide to help you out.
Okay.
Which is, like, just by that action, you can tell that they're a kind person, and that continues through the ride. I've met some amazing people on this trip, and previous to this trip, I've hitchhiked in 25 countries now. I've been picked up now 950 some odd times in my life. This is the first time I've documented it, though. But this is day 123 on this trip. Been picked up 255 times, I think, on this trip, through 48 states, and 5 airplanes so far.
All private or commercial?
All private, one charter.
Hang it or hold it.
One charter, the rest are like, it's a pilot, they own their own airplane, and they're like, yeah, you can come along if you want to.
Wow, that's interesting. That's an interesting experience. Yeah. Like, how do you do it though? Because I gotta work.
Well, now it's sustainable through the stream.
So you just kind of get revenue through the industry.
So, because with hitchhiking, you don't need to make that much money. Like, it's a cheap way of travel. Transportation's free.
I mean, you find yourself camping every night. I'm sorry to keep you. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm not in a rush. Actually, I have to leave at some point here because I'm not supposed to be doing this stuff here, apparently. But I just can't.
It's just a filming.
Yeah.
Because we have to get authorization from them.
Yeah.
You can hang out here.
Okay. Just
Yeah,
count out the filming. Yeah.
Cool from the heat, man.
Yeah.
It's, doing some
All right.
kind of
715.
But yeah, it's been a really cool trip. This whole thing, and it's like with the live stream, there's always people watching and talking. So with hitchhiking, there's always that down period, where you're standing there waiting for a ride for an hour or two, or you're walking to find somewhere. There's a lot of down period, but I always have there's something social going on. And there's people talking to me.
Okay, so you can
you talk with your community, the people that watch the stream. So we've gone from no followers to 22,000 followers
2,000 followers on there.
in 4 months now. Yeah, which is it's been pretty cool. I've never done anything like online like this, so.
I've seen people do documentaries that's more YouTube, and I haven't explored the Twitch side of it.
Yeah, so it's all live.
Everything's live, so there's no recorded video.
Well, they save it to VODs, but the content is live.
Okay, so
if you miss it, then you might watch the saved VOD if you want to.
So like if I downloaded the Twitch and I went on Twitch, like is there something that I searched it?
Yeah, it'd be Hitch_live, or I'll give you a card.
Oh, you have card?
You have a card?
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, thank you.
You want one too? Yeah.
Oh, so you do Instagram and all that other stuff too?
Yeah, so like on the Instagram, it shows all the different types of people that pick me up hitchhiking.
Okay.
Like it'll just be me in a selfie kind of thing.
That's cool.
Just keep in mind on the URL on there, it's like twitch.tv, and on there it says .hitch_live. It should be a / Staple screwed up the printing of that.
On the After TV?
After TV, it should be / yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome, man. Appreciate it. I'm Jed, by the way.
Trevor.
Trevor, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. So you end up camping most nights, or what?
Camping a lot of nights. On this trip, because of the community stuff, I've actually spent the majority of nights I've still probably camped at 40 nights on this.
Okay.
But the rest have been staying with viewers, staying with people that pick me up hitchhiking. And in Vegas here, I've just stayed in like some cheap hotels.
Yeah.
It's actually not that expensive for.
I think you'll enjoy Hawaii. I grew up in Hawaii, and I think you'll enjoy it.
Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
It's just getting between the islands is the hardest part. Mostly it's airfare, and it's
all
commercial.
Yeah.
Usually.
I'm hoping to be able to find some like private airstrips, like municipal airports, and see people that are flying their own airplanes.
Yeah.
You think that?
It's just hard because most of the operators that operate on all the little airports around there are commercial. There are a couple people that have planes, but it's just you can try it. I mean, say try.
I'll give it a try.
Try it.
What's I gonna say is no.
Yeah, and I would say just be prepared to get wet too, because it usually rains every day.
I heard they're having a tropical storm or hurricane.
Yeah, hurricane went through. It just missed just south of Hilo.
Yeah.
In there, and it'd be neat to go see the volcano there too.
As well. Yeah,
that's one of my things to do too, is to see the volcano.
I am looking forward to Hawaii. Also Alaska. Those are two cool states. They're just the difficult ones to get to, and they're the last ones.
Right.
And then they'll be all 50, and then back home to Canada.
Back home to Canada. Now, coming to the U.S., I mean, do they give you a hard time? Like, is it?
Not really. Like when I started, I didn't have the 50-state plan. I just wanted to show people what hitchhiking's like, because I'd done all the hitchhiking prior. I'm just going to show people what hitchhiking's like live. And they asked me what I was doing, and I'm like, I'm just going to travel down the coast of California. And they're like, okay, have fun. Because that's all I had. It was like a month.
Okay, a month visa, type thing.
It was a month on my travel insurance, my medical insurance. And in the States, I'm like, that's what I want back. In case I roll an ankle, I walk through the bush all the time. There's a good chance I'm going to get injured at some point. But I haven't had to use that, thankfully. That was the plan at the start. And then it escalated from there because it went well, and I'm like, this is fun. I like this. I wasn't sure I was going to like it, but I do. So then I extended it and kept going.
Yeah, it's amazing. The first guy I actually met is actually in person. I've watched videos for a while, and I mostly watch like RV camping conversion videos. You know what I mean? Like people trying to just they just go with their car and they stay here, meet this person, do this kind of thing. Similar to what you're doing, but you're not on foot. But yeah. So.
Well, so you work on the ground.
I work camper.
Yeah. You wouldn't ever have an opportunity to talk to people that have the authority to be like, hey, I know this hitchhiker guy that's going the way they're going, and that would probably be poor professional conduct.
Yeah. It's the airport runs Las Vegas is this one's a corporate business end, so we're kind of bound by rules and regulations. You know what I mean?
That's what I figured.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I see exactly where do it. Where I'm at, Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So
And one of my biggest draws is what I'm doing looks really weird. So like up at the restaurant, I'm not trying to approach people because I don't want to do that. I don't want to like get in their face and like. But I was getting up to leave and people are like, "Excuse me, we're just curious. What are you doing?" And that's my in. Now that they've invited me over to talk to them, I can fully talk about what I'm doing and ask them if they'd be willing to take me.
It's that open up conversation is what it is.
I just shouldn't, when they're minding their own business, I shouldn't just like get in their business and get in their face.
Yeah. See, and the thing too, you know, like, I mean, it's a new industry. I won't say new industry, but there's a lot of people that aren't used to it. You know what I mean? Like, I watch it every day on my lunch break.
Yeah.
Because I'm always watching the video, and you know, you always see like people video recording. Like, you also see I also watch the negative sides of it.
Yeah.
Where somebody, you know, comes with a camera and be like, "Hey, man, you know, you know."
I know, yeah.
And I don't know if you've had that before, but
yeah, you have some people weird with the cameras, for sure.
and it's trying to get, and the airports are hard because you're in a secured area. You know what I mean? And there's all kinds of stuff there.
Well, and these airports are a lot easier because, like, as you can see, there's no like going through the TSA security stuff like that.
Yeah, but
you just have the front desk. So like
Yeah,
in
front
theory,
desk.
they don't really check your bags or anything like that. They'll ask what you have in there. Like when I've been for, they're like, how much are you carrying? How much weight?
Yeah.
And do you have anything I should know about? Any weapons or anything? No. So that's the extent of it, kind of.
Well, there's another, so you're going towards California, there's another airport that's smaller down there. It's a more rural gene. You have a map and stuff that you're...
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Where is that?
It's south, it's 20 miles south of here.
Yeah.
It's Gene Airport, but it's really like dead and not. I mean, the space between here and there is hard desert, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so you're better
there's
off
not much going
trying
on.
to hitchhike to, and this is one of those rural community airports. You know what I mean? Like somebody comes in, just out of the blue kind of thing. This is more like a scheduled, people know they're coming into Henderson.
Yeah.
It's more like you're out in the country type thing. And that's,
Yeah, usually it's a lot easier for me to hitchhike on a plane where someone owns the plane and they fly their plane because they can do whatever they want with that.
Yeah.
As soon as it's a company owned plane and like if I talk to a pilot, they're like, I'd take you, but like it's a company plane. I don't have the authority to actually like take on customers. But the one chartered plane I hooked up with is I ran into the people that were paying for the chartered flight.
Wow.
There's two of them that were paying for a King Air 250 to fly from New Orleans to Monroe. And I'm like, hey, can I hitch a ride on your plane? And they're like, let me just ask the pilot. And they're like, hey, pilot, can we take a hitchhike? He's like, I don't see why not. I just have to ask the company. They're like, I don't see why not. We just have to run his info, make sure he's not on the no-fly list.
Okay.
And then on I was.
It's an interesting experience. Man.
Yeah.
It's good. It was a pleasure talking to you, Trevor.
You as well.
Be safe out there.
I will.
Yeah. It's good. I'll look for it, man.
There you go.
This is
See ya.
I get to see what it shows when you're online and everything too. Right?
Yeah, it will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Yeah, see ya.
And don't worry about it, Earl. We'll wait till they call back.
Right. See ya. Thank you. I'm gonna sit outside. Figure out what I want to do. Coco, OMG, thank you for subscribing. 4-month reset. Appreciate the 4 months of continued support. Still haven't put on sunscreen. Let's find a bench to sit on over here or something. There's a bench there in the shade, but someone was sitting on it. Don't want to do that with them right there. Distance. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Twitch X. It's hot. I never put on the war paint either. Let's sit on this rock here. Hey Ben Harris. Sunglasses on too. Did I miss some stuff? My screen turned off when I was talking to him, and I didn't bother to make an effort to get it working again. I miss any subs? Just new sign with an up arrow. Yeah, I do like those directional signs, and in this case it would be up, and away. No dice to the airport? No. And they didn't want me filming there anymore. They were nice about it. They're actually quite polite about it. But yeah, that was a no-go. Had an almost in. People flying to California on a brand new single-engine jet airplane. But they had weight restrictions, they said. Except for the server. She wasn't too rude. No, she was fine. Weight of all the viewers. Yeah, you guys weigh a lot. I don't know how many we've got watching right now. Yeah, he said this airport, the North Vegas airport, and the international airport here have one management body, and their rule is you can't like live stream without clearance. I'm guessing just film without clearance. It probably isn't specific to live streaming. It'd be filming. So I can't actually hang out at any of those 3 airports and stream, which is a problem. Contact Gary Kelly, CEO of Southwest. They seem to love IRL stuff. What has Southwest done with IRL stuff? They had a Cirrus Vision SF-50 jet. That would have been so cool. Let Sam pick you up. I just don't know where to go at this point. Okay, let's double check that. Because Todd messaged me and I'm messaging him back and see if he messaged me back again. Because he has people that come to Vegas. No, haven't heard back from him yet. Sorry. 1 second. Hold on, guys. Alright, we're back. Yeah. Yeah, you have a house? Wait, Sam, are you offering me a place to hang out at? Because at this point, yeah, hitchhiking is difficult, so I'll be looking at commercial or getting just a ride into California and continuing hitchhiking to the west coast there and going from there. Look at how much... Oh, there's a lot of ants here. Are they gonna go into my stuff? There's only so many ants, man. They're so annoying. Okay, just don't go into my electronics and stuff. Are you climbing my battery? Yeah, you're on my TVU, okay? I do not consent to this. Holy... Oh, that's why there's an anthill right there. Okay. Are you the biting kind? Coming at the airport? I met some friendly-ish people, but the airport didn't want me filming there, so I'm not filming there. I left. Ants are pissed. I'm not on their anthill. The anthill's over there, by the sidewalk. Oh. Yeah, we should probably move. we're gonna move. So now they're going along to my backpack. Oh man. Okay. Oh, that's a lot of ants. Okay. Please don't bite me. Just shaking them off my bag because there's a lot falling off. But they're not going to be happy. I might get a few bites if they're the biting kind. They're pretty small. But there's a lot of them. And they're kind of swarming all over the place. A little bit scared. Oh, I understand. Someone put down a big backpack where you guys are hanging out next to your home. Just hope for the best. But I do want to find just another place to sit in the shade while I figure out where I'm going to go from here. Okay. Don't crawl up my pant leg, please. Please, ants. Please, no pant leg hitchhiking. See, but you'd be the bad hitchhiker. You'd be the one that would crawl up my pant leg, all of a sudden get scared, and then start biting me. That's rude. If you crawl up my pant leg, you shouldn't be scared when you shouldn't bite the person. You know, you're hitching a ride on them. Sam's coming for you. Oh, Sam Wise. Shade. Shade. There's shade, but nowhere to sit. There's shade, but maybe no ants there. These sprinklers, though. They're the saddest little sprinklers ever. Alright. This'll do for now. Okay, I didn't have to put all my crap on just to move 10 feet. Sam's coming for me. Sam is coming. Take him to chill at M. Is there stuff to do at M? Situation right now, still hoping for a plane ride? Well, I got kind of booted out of all Las Vegas airports because I can't film there. I know I've been notified of that. I'm not going to try and skirt that. It's also a chance they would have contacted the other one and been like, if this guy shows up there, don't let him. And before Sam's trolling? It's possible. So I'm going to take you drifting. Sweet. More drifting. Hear a plane taking off right now? I think that's actually an ACU. Well, actually, no, I do hear a plane, I think. Sam said he could stay at your place, or I could stay at his place. It's very generous of you, Sam. Thank you. So I don't know where I'm going right now. Seems to be worth getting a flight to take a day and no stream so you can go to the 3 airports. The stream helps me get those flights, though. It's a conversation starter. It gives me a pass for asking a very weird question. Put a plane in your whispers? What does that mean? Boulder City Airport near Hoover Dam? Yeah, maybe. Boulder one isn't too far. Is that the one they were talking about that's 20 minutes south of here? Okay, I'm gonna sit down here. Do we have every airport? Seems to have options. For airplane hitchhiking out of Las Vegas itself. Yeah. Alright, any ants here? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Yeah, you can whisper. Let me see what's going on. Weird noises going on. Those are, I don't, can you see it? Those are their sprinklers. I don't even know why they're running them. I don't know if they're actually sprinkling. Is that supposed to water that tree? I guess it's for the tree. It's just weird. They're just like little drippy things. See ants burn them? There was like hundreds and hundreds of ants at the last anthill. Heard LAX is very strict on security as well, so calling us for canvassing California airports. Well, I wouldn't go to LAX. It's an international airport. It's not the type of airport I look for hitchhiking an airplane. If I'm going to hitchhike on commercial airlines, like the airlines that fly out of LAX, it would be something we figured out in advance. .6 Fahrenheit out there today. Yeah, it's pretty warm. But I can feel myself immediately sweating as soon as I step outside. But that's a good sign. When it's hot outside and your body's sweating, that's what it's supposed to do to stay cool. Sam has to shower first? Okay. I'm not in that much of a rush. Start thinking of plans. Okay, so out of Nevada, my options: get to California, then I can start hitchhiking. California's pretty close by, but apparently there's nothing by the border, so I'd have to. Yeah, it wouldn't be. I don't think it would be safe for me to just get someone to drop me off right at the border, because I'd be in the middle of a desert, in the middle of nowhere, and people are actually gonna. Well, you'd probably get an empathy ride at some point. Someone would be like, "This guy's in the middle of a desert. Let's probably help him because he's gonna die of heat exhaustion and dehydration." And my cameras might overheat. That's true. I'm in the shade, so I'm really not that bad. I've got a while before I'd be like, "Oh, this sucks." I'm not exerting myself. I'm sitting down in the shade, drinking cold water. Don't drink too much, it's bad for your liver. So, you guys are just, Trevor, you need to drink more. But then when I drink a lot, you're like, don't drink so much, it's bad for your liver. Which one is it, chat? Huge mall by Cali called State Line. Go there. Yeah, we could do something like that. But maybe I'll stay here. I'll stay here today at least. Hear back from Todd, because he has two different friends that fly from California to Vegas all the time. If I could hook up with them on a flight back from Vegas, that would be the ideal, because that would just be a lot of fun. And one of them flies a private jet. The other one flies that cool 1943 Howard airplane, which we flew before. Either of those would be really cool. And then maybe from California, we'll see. Now, I do have a lot of feelers put out for Las Vegas. I'll put out a lot either tomorrow or Monday when people are working again. I might put out a lot more feelers for other commercial airlines based out of, like, California, and see if any of them would be interested in a little bit of publicity for getting a flight to Hawaii. If I don't hear anything back from them quickly, then I'll probably just buy a flight there. It's getting low. Also, I need to check the battery on here. How are we doing? How's the TVU1 doing? Oh, yep, behemoth. Yeah, we're still on charge. What's the battery at? As I said, 71? Yeah, okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. Cool. Sorry, I'm sending a message. Sorry, guys. Sam sounds like someone who drives. And they're all speculating what type of car Sam drives. Sam Honda? Yeah. Nissan? Yeah. We need Harriet? Yeah, she was very nice. And then she took me in the wrong direction. But it's not really her fault. I should have made it more clear what I wanted to do. What island are you hoping for? All of them? Sam drives a Lambo? Wouldn't that be cool? Documents a Google self-driving car from Vegas to LA. See, that'd be cool. When I was using Lyft the other day, I logged into the app, and they're like, your next Lyft might be in a driverless car. Are you okay with that? I'm like, yeah, that'd be sick. That would be sick. So, I think I'll get picked up by Sam. We'll meet Sam. I'm guessing we'll go to his place. And I've got some things to figure out, because I kind of just got blacklisted from these airports, which is fine. I understand that. So I have to figure out what I want to do. Hopefully I'll hear back from Todd, and then potentially see if I can get a ride somehow to California line tomorrow if I don't hear back from anyone. What is blacklisted? Streaming at an airport, at these airports in Vegas. Check Airport 20 miles south and Boulder Airport. Like, we potentially could, like getting shuttled around by people to different airports. My best bet. Honestly, being there, if we spent enough time there, now they told me that I couldn't film there, but if we spent enough time there just kind of socializing with a few different people, like those people that we talked to, they were flying to California. Whether or not there actually was a weight restriction, that's the type of people that, like, they were going to California on a private jet, and it's their jet, and they could have taken me, except for the weight restriction, or them not wanting to take me. But given enough time, I would have eventually find a ride, as long as the staff let you do that there. Invite you to that other airport, just don't film till you're in a plane. So yeah, then I'd get on a plane and people would be like, oh, you just paid for that. I want to stream the whole process because the most interesting part to most people will be how did I get a ride on that plane? One of the most popular clips is the exclamation point plane clip, and that's me walking up to two random people and being like, hey, can I hitchhike on your airplane? And they're like, oh, we chartered this plane, let me ask the pilot. And the pilot's like, sure, I don't see why not. So, it's your astrology sign? Gemini? Go to a shipping center, hitch a ride on a shipping boat. I don't think it's that easy. So if you can film at least 2 airports tomorrow, we'd be cool. Am I right? The Boulder one and the one 20 miles south of here? Yeah. Like I can go there because they're not under this governing body of airports or whatever they're called. Plane ride would be cool. I know, I've hitchhiked 5 airplane rides, but I haven't done such since New Orleans. I really want to hitch a ride on a plane. Airline's cool, your batteries on a plane. So, the batteries for all these things, I think they're 20,000 mAh batteries times 2 plus the internal battery, which is probably about the same, plus all my other batteries are under. It's the individual batteries. They can't be over, like, I think it's around 30,000 mAh. They kick you at the airport. They said I couldn't stream there. They said I could hang out there as much as I wanted to. I just couldn't film there. You want to see a plane? Well, I showed you some planes briefly when I was in the airport. I was wanting to hitchhike to. We're trying to hitchhike on an airplane, and my best bet is utilizing the stream and what we've done so far in the Business Insider article to contact someone who has the authority to allow someone to plunk my butt onto an airplane, because it doesn't cost them that much, and they might get enough publicity / goodwill out of that would be economically feasible for the company, or just makes sense for the company to do. Battery pack to use for the phone brand wise, I use multiple right now. The phone's not hooked up to a battery right now. It will need to be soon because it's getting low. But the camera's hooked up to an Aki battery. I've also got RAV power batteries. I don't know. It's a smorgasbord. It's a game plan now. Apparently I'm getting picked up by a viewer unless I'm not, and I'm getting bamboozled, but that's okay either way. If I don't, then we'll figure something out and go. I don't think a company wants to name people that gives out free rides. And I have thought about that, like, would they want to set a precedent, being like, people are like, I'm doing something interesting, can you give me a free flight? I understand that. I feel like some company might, though. But I do understand where that thought is coming from. What if they paid and sent you a ticket via email? Would that still be hitching? Who's they? Who's they? If it's an airline, well then they wouldn't be paying and ticketing. If it's a viewer, then I wouldn't really feel like that's hitchhiking. How much radiation does as in radiant heat? Like it creates some amount of heat. If you mean like actual like alpha, beta, gamma radiation, I don't think it does. Because you recorded me last night at the end of the stream. I don't recall a time in my life where I felt the way I felt at that exact moment. It came on almost immediately, like right as I was ordering my drink. I'm like, whoa, brain, body, what is going on? I like got my cup, paid really quickly, walked over, filled up the drink, didn't put ice in because I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna make it to where I'm gonna sit down to. Made it to where I was gonna sit down, and I'm like, okay, come on, calm, get some fluids in you. Nope, this is not feeling good. We're ending the stream. Y'all believe in me, I believe in Sam. I believe in Sam too. What made you get in the car with clowns? Isn't that sketch? Well, you know, let's spoil the fun a little bit here. There are other live streamers. Relic the Clown, Willy Vodka. They stream on Twitch as well. So we talked about it beforehand. I meant British Airline. Technically, they would be paying, but you still need to go. Well, if I went directly through the airline, like I'd still have to. They'd give me a ticket, and I'd go through security like any other person, but the ticket would have been free. It all depends what you define hitchhiking. And one way of hitchhiking is just asking people if you can do that, and if they say yes, then yeah. I think a charter service would appreciate the publicity more than a commercial scheduled airline. I disagree with you on that point. A charter airline, they appeal to a very specific clientele, and I don't think they'd get the type of publicity that they'd be looking for that would actually make them money off of letting a hitchhiker onto their plane. Like, they advertise on exclusivity and luxury, and allowing a hitchhiker on does not really showcase that. But with a commercial airline, it would just be a feel-good story in some kind of news article, and regardless of the article, getting their name out there in a positive story is good for business. People will think of them when they're thinking about flying somewhere, and that's what they want. You are choosing the outside. They wouldn't let me stream inside anymore. They said I can hang out there as much as I want to, so if like I was out here and I'm like, I don't know what to do, I'm really hot, I feel like I'm getting heat exhaustion, I'd turn off the stream, walk inside in the air conditioning, ask for some water, get a ride. It'd be fine. Like a ride into town or something like that. Any pilot RL streamers? Actually, can someone told me a while ago there's a pilot that streams on Twitch. I think he streams flight sims, but he flies to Hawaii all the time. Hitchhiking ever stay a world record? I'm pretty sure. No, it's been done before. It just hasn't been documented to this extent, I'm guessing. People have definitely done it. There used to be hitchhiking world records in like the Guinness Book of World Records and stuff. Not really anymore. Because the difficulty with that is how do you prove it? For most Guinness World Records, there has to be some kind of adjudicating body there as you do the world record. And when you're hitchhiking, you could be like, hey, Guinness World Record, I hitchhiked through every single country in the world. And they'll be like, wow, that's really cool. Prove it. How bad is the heat? It's 106 out, I think. Sly Purdue, the pilot for Alaska Airlines, flies to Hawaii all the time. Yeah. Head to Cali, close to Cali. I'm probably going to California. I probably won't find a ride from here to Hawaii, so I'll probably go to... Where did these ants come from? I checked here before and there weren't ants, but now there's ants again. Be rude. Just leave me alone. You have video evidence. Yes, so this would be the first probable time that someone's hitchhiked around the United States and has video evidence of them doing such. Get on Guinness Book of World Records? I doubt it. Maybe I'll be like, hey, this is what I did. This is the now 1,050 hours of documented footage proving that that's what I did. Would you like to insert me in your little book? Any country have hitchhiking laws that made you avoid it? No. No, some states have hitchhiking laws. Like Nevada actually has hitchhiking laws. Have lots of pictures from other countries hitchhiking. I've got quite a few pictures, and can we see them? Yeah, I just haven't made a point to like go through my previous history. Probably when I get back to Canada, we can do a history of Trevor hitchhiking stream, and also kind of go over this whole trip. I mailed all my old signs home, so we'll like go over all the signs and then give them all away and stuff like that. So there's some stuff we gotta do. Anthony, your sunglasses, sweet. Catalia, it might be because I'm streaming at a much, like if you're streaming at source quality, I'm streaming like it's like 8,000 bit rate, so a lot of networks wouldn't be able to support that, so you might have to lower your resolution. Do a top 5 list stream too. Like top 5 rides? Yeah, what happened to Sam? He's taking a long shower. Some countries, when you stick your hand out, they expect you to negotiate a price for a price. How do you ask for a free ride there? I haven't been in too many places that's been the thing. So in the countries I've hitchhiked, that being Canada, Ireland, Wales, England, Scotland, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, France, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Austria, Slovenia, Croatia, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Russia, Japan, Australia, United States of America. None of that hasn't been commonplace in any of those countries. I know it might be in some places, but none of those. How much is Cellucross? 150 US a month for my one plan. Right now I'm running off of 7 plans though, but the other 6 plans are provided to me on a trial basis. Use everything you imagine? Well, I didn't imagine too much. I don't think about it too much before I go. I just kind of do it. It's been a positive experience. I thought it was going to be a fun, positive experience. So yeah, if that's our definition, then yeah, is everything I expected. Top 5 ride, town places you ate, etc. Yeah, we could do something like that. Top 5 is something where I could probably do. I'm not good at picking favorites, like a single favorite. But top 5 I could probably do. Are the ants crawling on the mic? No. Does it sound like they are? I haven't even checked if Sam privately messaged me. That would be a sensible thing to do. Yeah, it was a jet. Twitch live. Say that's a negative, unless it's just loading very slowly. We'll be camping tonight. Oh, Sam actually offered me a place at his house. Check your DM. Wait, now it says I have one message, but it's not showing up. Let me just do it on this phone, because apparently this phone is not cooperating right now. Let's see if I get it to here. Because my phone's running off of one network, and it's not the best out here. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. You can load a whisper. LAX. Yeah, someone just offered to use their airline miles to get me a flight from LAS to ANC. That's Anchorage, I think. Which is super generous. I still want to make an attempt at this, though. That's crazy generous to donate an awards flight like that. But I didn't hear from Sam. That was why I checked that. What happened last night? I was probably dehydrated. And I didn't feel well, so I ended the stream and rehydrated and then went back to my hotel. In your opinion, hitching the lower 48 means mission completed? Yeah, but since, like, I don't know, some point on the trip I'm like, I want to go to all 50 states. So I don't like setting a goal and then not doing what I set out to accomplish. So I'm going to, one way or another, I'm going to Hawaii and Alaska. If I have to pay for a flight or whatever like that, at the end of the day, I'm going to go to Hawaii and Alaska. You'll pick me up to just walk to LA. It's a decent walk. Alright, so that's done. How many states have we been to? 48. 48 states now. Can't sit still because you're a Gemini? No, I'm just not comfortable. It's not a comfortable rock to sit on. I'm trying to get comfortable and I just can't do it. Right on this little ledge there. That might be better. Fly PRDU to Oceanic pilot. Like flying out of the country and hitch to all the islands. Yeah, maybe I'll reach out to the Twitch streamers and stuff that stream on, or that are pilots. Yeah, Lord SP. Ask for donations to cover flight. No, that's not hitchhiking at all. That's just buying a flight. I'm going to make an attempt. I want to hear back from all the different emails and calls I sent out this past week because they'll be getting back to work on Monday and we'll get to hear from them then. I'll send out some more. Probably by like next Friday if nothing pans out, and I'm going to send out more emails and more calls and stuff like that. If none of that pans out by, say, like next Friday, then I'll probably just get a flight. Alright, let's drink some more water because it's hot outside. 106 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Come on. Oh, is that what the little, apologize for my ignorance. Is that what the little wrench symbol means? Is that staff? That's neat. I think my chat froze again. Is my signal squirrely for reading chat because it's off of one network or the stream's off of 7? Yeah, I think my connection's just really weak. Yeah, network error. Please try again later. Let me check on that. Yeah, the antenna's plugged in. Should be working. I don't need that much signal to read chat. Come on, baby. works. Chat's back. Stand by our last minute empty seats. Be your best bet. They don't do that too much anymore unless you know someone that works for the airline. I'm not sure for better signal. It would probably help a little bit, but it seems to be working for right now. Are we a Hawaii? No, we are not a Hawaii. Not today. Sunglasses are so broken. So I understand we're just really not doing that much right now. We have a viewer that's potentially going to come pick me up if they finish their shower. Pheromonas. How much have I spent so far on this trip? See, that would be a very, very, like, interesting question to have an answer to, but I haven't actually looked at how much I've spent. On other trips, I've kept track. On this one, I'm like, as soon as I started spending more money than any other trip, and I'm like, I don't even want to know. As long as my money doesn't hit zero, I just want to. But it would be useful for documentation purposes to be like, this is how much I spent. Wish I had an answer for you. But yeah, I don't think too much more is going to happen during this stream. One way or another, I'm probably going to get to some place, start figuring out, send some more emails and stuff like that to different airline companies to hear back from them, hopefully on Monday or Tuesday, and also look at other potential places to try and hitchhike to California. Sam is ironing. Man, if Sam doesn't show, then he'll have another name like Moses, turned into the Slozes. Oh. Why do people live here? I don't understand. Why do we do that? Why is it a place where people live? They should live somewhere that isn't this hot. I think my chat's frozen again, which is annoying. Come on. Maybe? There we go. Jobs? Okay, but then that comes back to why does this place exist at all? We're in the middle of a desert, and there's this huge metropolis focused around gambling and drinking and partying. Just in the middle of the desert. Desert property is very, very cheap, but it's less so now that there's a huge metropolis here. Why is every single man in chat here hitting on Emily? That's what happens when Emily's in chat. That's just what happens. Should put a little fan on her camera vest thing. It has a built-in fan, if that's what you're talking about, the TVU. Should have come for Vegas. It'd probably have been a lot more fun with you here, Em. It's all about people live by what they want. But this city stands out. It's like this and Dubai kind of stand out as just like they don't make sense to me. Like Dubai is this huge, crazy city of excess in a desert, next to an ocean at least. It actually has an ocean next to it, which, you know, there's some economies focused around that, trade and stuff like that, next to the ocean. But then Las Vegas has nothing here. Do they have any in these like any natural resources or something like that? I don't think they do. They just spawned out of nowhere. Part of Alabama, do you go through Gulf Coast parts of Mobile? I like one on your other shoulder at your foot. What? You hit on Emily and Travis equally. There you go. That's the proper way to do it. Feel like Sam can be trusted. I don't know how long I give it until I'm like, well, let's figure out something else to do. The problem is I'm now way south of town, so in order to get anywhere, I kind of gotta get somewhere. Man, I hate Dubai. I thought it was interesting. I wouldn't want to spend more than a week there. Are we going to Hawaii? One way or another, I'm going to Hawaii and I'm going to Alaska. Dubai's indoor skiing, not just one indoor skiing hill, but 2. Tons of resources there. In Vegas? Or Dubai? Dubai has oil. It's pretty clear, like, you know, that's where they got the money from. It just still seems like that city of that size is there. But we're talking about Vegas. What resources are here? I honestly don't know. I'm not saying you're wrong if you're talking about Vegas. I just don't know. Out of 48, what's your favorite state? I can't pick one. So I picked the whole Pacific Northwest, Washington, Oregon, Northern California, the whole like Northeast, so like Vermont, New Hampshire, parts of Maine and upstate New York and stuff. Outer Banks, North Carolina, and Colorado. Jim Bob, thanks for the 3-month resub. Appreciate the 3 months of support. Just got on. I hope you're feeling better. How's your day been so far? It's been an interesting day. We had one close nibble. We did some airplane hitchhiking, and we had one close call, but they said they didn't have the weight clearance to let me on. They're going to California. Other than that, it's been a pretty decent day. Had some Chipotle. Now we're waiting for Sam here. They're apparently showering. She's taking a long shower. Your state you're in now? Nevada. Sending message. Alright. Oregon is the best? Yeah, it's all going to be a opinion. There's some beautiful places in Oregon. And I love that climate. I love the Pacific Northwest. I'm from Western Canada. It feels like home. I like it. The dam is why some people went there in the 30s. Hoover Dam? Sam actually baited, and I fell for it. If he did. Yeah, it's been a while with no update. So, well, while that's happening, let's look at what I want to do if that doesn't happen. I'll come pick you up. You just have to wait 40 hours, eh? That's not too bad. It's not too bad. Skipper of Otters, if that dude doesn't show up, whisper me, you're also in Vegas, and help you out. No problem. Hey, thank you, Skipper of Otters. Appreciate that. I don't know how much time to give it before I'm like, okay, let's do something else. Sam only followed you 3 hours ago? Yeah, but I've, like, Kemshi was here in chat today. Do you remember the Kemshi Day in North Carolina? Kit Boga hosted me, and then within about like 5-10 minutes, Kemshi's like, hey, I'm in that area, I could give you a ride out of town. So I'm like, yeah, sure. And he showed up, drove me a ride to the edge of town, offered me a place to stay, and I hitchhiked from the outside of town there to his place and stayed with his family for 2 days. So just because someone followed recently doesn't mean they won't follow through. Like, yes, it causes more red flags to pop up in your mind because, well, if someone's been following for 4 months, chances are they're not going to bamboozle you like that. But sorry, guys. This is a weird part of this trip. It's like I'm like, it involves just networking. I don't stand on the road with my thumb out. It's illegal in Nevada, so I don't. It's just a weird part of the trip because I can't do what I'm used to doing for the stream. How bad I want to drive from Ontario and pick you up. Jeez. It's been 40 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, 40 minutes, and he said he was going to have a shower, then go. Yeah, I got baited. Actually, I don't think I've been baited like that, because I usually don't wait around for someone. For the most part, I'm just like, okay, like, you can come if you want, but I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. But right now, I was just sitting here chilling, being like, oh yeah, they're going to stop by. Someone would be in traffic. Yeah, but he probably would have checked in before he left. $40 minutes with no check-in. Yeah. Alright, I gotta figure out something else. Anyone else in Vegas? You don't have to come. If I'm way out of the way, I can probably make my way towards you. I'll just get like a lift or something there. Anyone else in Vegas that wants to hang out? Also, at this point, I'm just gonna ask if I can like have a place to stay because it's expensive on a Saturday night. Usually, I just be like, yeah, I'll find something else out. But I can afford to stay. I would just rather not. So we can hang out and I can figure out some stuff with the stream. I'd have to do some stuff tonight on my laptop, sending emails and such, doing some research. Someone in Discord that offered. And we had another person in chat here. Skipper of Autos. Yeah. What's the cheapest flight? To Hawaii? People are saying $520. I think that's round trip, but I don't want round trip. I'd be going to Hawaii then Alaska. Camp in the desert? I kind of want to, albeit it just doesn't cool down here. Like, even in the middle of the night, it's like 90-something degrees. KOA in Vegas? That would be so freaking brutal. KOA's gonna pretty much be exclusively RVs because I have AC units. How about California? Yeah, that's probably where I'm gonna end up next. We get a hotel room with a pool. Maybe. It's just Saturday is the most expensive night in Vegas. Finding a flight from Hawaii to Alaska. Yeah. I feel like that one would be even harder than from West Coast to Hawaii. I feel like there'd be less traffic. There'd probably be some corporate stuff, and there's definitely commercial. So maybe if I hook up with a commercial airline, that might work. They felt the Vegas heat. What's worse, Vegas or Southern heat? Southern heat's worse. Southern heat's worse. This is really freaking hot, but I can sweat and my body deals with it. Obviously not as far as yesterday, but I think that was more of a hydration problem than a heat problem. Heat was definitely contributing to it, but that could have just as easily happened in the southern states. I was probably just doing better at drinking water. The humidity is just killer. Kimchi, thanks for the 100 bits. I got you covered for tonight. Gets nice room on me. The $1 room. Nothing but the best. I do appreciate the 100 bits, Kimchi. My friend. Take all your money, put it on black roulette table, boom, double your money. I want to go to a roulette table. Someone donated money and they're like, put it on, what did they say, black or red? I forget what they said. I'd have to look at my old donations. Only the Anchorage is nonstop. There's also nonstop flights on 2 different airlines from Vegas to Honolulu. Collab with J Streezy, you decide to head to Cali? Probably. If I go back to the San Francisco area, I'd definitely be down to meet up with Jay Streezy. Alright. Okay. Alright. Let's check out stuff. Checking whispers. there's people messaging me, and like some stuff is important. Just relationship with travel and life and stuff like that. So, all right. Trevor's the troll sent him the wrong area. I never told him where I was. It was you guys that told me where I am. So unless you guys are trolling. Which one person should pick you up? There's multiple offers? Who we got? Who's closest? Who has to go the least out of their way to get me? Who do I have to inconvenience the least? Shout out to LA from Vegas cheap. I don't want to do that. Oh, freak. Well, I want to hear back from Todd because he's got 2 friends that fly regularly this route. Fuck yeah. We're going to lay down. Oh, yeah. We're just going like this. It's great. Ow. Why are you prickly? Don't mind me. I'm just laying down on a rock at an executive airport. It's fine. It's normal. People do this. Getting changed and heading out. Alright, Skipper of Otters. How many minutes away do you live? I think it was from Vegas to LA. It's $20. That's really cheap. I hate buses though. Take you somewhere. Apparently someone is offering something to you via PM. 2 people. Okay, I have to look at this and decide on one because we don't want 2 people driving here. That's correct. Oh. I'm not seeing any PMs in Discord. I don't know. What? Lift Pro Bullet place? What's that? Is this getting a hitch flight to YO the plan? No, it's not. I have my best chance is from network stuff. People I know and people that I'm trying to connect with. I'm contacting a lot of people that have the authority to potentially give me a free ride on a flight. That might be a commercial airline, because maybe there'd be an article written about it or something like that. Hitchhiker hitchers ride to Hawaii after hitchhiking through 48 contiguous states, and they'd mention the airline, and that would be positive publicity for the company. And it doesn't cost them very much to just get one butt in a seat, because the actual cost, the variable cost of having one person on a plane is not very much. But the potential gain that company might get could outweigh the cost. Alright. So I think they have 2 offers, but one of them said I can Uber to them because I'm way down south, which makes sense. And then one said they'd come pick me up. So, you know, I'll take the one where I get picked up, I guess. So Skipper of Otters. I don't know what we're planning to do. Where are you taking me? Maybe Sam's car broke down? Yeah, but they would have said something, right? WestJet's new discount airline. Maybe they want publicity. I'd have to. Their base of operations, I think, is Calgary. They would probably fly to Hawaii. But that's true. Skipper Rogers doesn't have a place in for you to go, but that's take you where you want to go. Okay. Then the other person said they have a couch for me to sleep on. Man, I feel like such a elite right now. Chef Linamore CRD. Oh, okay. I remember. It's like in the more CRD. So I have a couch to sleep on. Yeah. Chef CRD is a mod of Travel Gals. I know who that is. Interesting. You are our leech. Westcoast Discount Airline was flying Abbotsford to Edmonton for $1. $1 was the actual, I'm guessing, is the actual ticket price, but then airport fees and fuel surcharges were on top of that. I did the exact same thing when I flew, what was it called? It doesn't exist anymore. It's now Flair Airlines. It was New Leaf. I flew New Leaf from Calgary to Abbotsford, and it was $1 base ticket, but it cost, I think, it was only like $39, something like that, with tax and fees, but it wasn't straight $1. Can someone point out anything positive for the airline letting a hitchhiker on for free? Doesn't let hitchhikers plebs to ask for free rides en masse? Because this stream has gotten to the point where what it is doing has received some form of actual publicity, in this case through Business Insider. So completing the trip by an airline allowing me to hitch a ride on their flight, in theory would get them some amount of publicity. Like, the article might be about whatever me or what I'm doing, but the airline would be mentioned as someone that made that possible. Guess have to find out where Chef is, and if it's somewhere you can continue doing stuff, or a place where you go at the end of the day crash. Like, realistically, I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. My plan was to go here and network stuff for getting out of here. I've been in Vegas for long enough. My main goal is to get out of Vegas somewhere else. So it'd probably be like me figuring out tonight on my laptop and stuff, figuring out how I wanna get out of here. Shouldn't go inside for air conditioning. Wait for your ride. They don't want me inside with my stream. They said I can be inside, but not with the stream. This is for you guys. Go to Allegiant. They're out of Vegas. They don't fly. Do they fly to Hawaii? I don't think they fly direct to Hawaii. But what about the publicity is positive for airlines? Having your name in news articles on a positive article is a good thing. Any publicity is good publicity, and that's actually good publicity. That looks like a really comfortable rock. It actually is, now that I'm laying down. It isn't comfortable to sit on, but it's comfortable to lay on because it's quite flat. They fly to Hawaii? Direct from here? If they're based out of... Where do they fly to Hawaii from? Checking messages. On where? The Discovery. Way fly. Oh. Yeah, sending a message. Direct, I think my uncle flew it. Which airport is that out of? Because I was talking to people, and they told me there's two airlines that fly direct. There's Hawaiian Airlines, and then like a chartered flight through Boyd charters through through something charter. Boyd Gaming charters of flights. It's called like Hawaiian Vacations or Vacations Hawaii, and they fly direct. I could look at it. What I need to do is just go to flightconnection.com, I think it's called, and you just pick an airport, and it'll show you all the direct flights it flies to, and see which airlines fly out of there. It'll show you all different airlines that fly whatever route you want. Check your messages. I check my messages. Because I think one person said they can pick me up, but don't have a place to stay, which is fine. Current pickup expected is Skipper of Otters. There you go. Probably best luck getting to Hawaii from LA, I would think. It's possible. It's possible. As Florida resident, don't count the Panhandle as Florida. You gotta go back. Well, I went to Jacksonville and St. Augustine. That's not the Panhandle. Went all the way to the East Coast. What is that? Something flew into me. 3:40 one-way Vegas to Honolulu tomorrow. Is that, what day is it? It's Saturday. Is it Saturday? Yeah, it's Saturday. Because I won't hear back from all the airlines that I've contacted about hitching a ride until the week. Because the people that have the authority are going to work Monday to Friday jobs, I'm guessing. And my stuff is not a priority where they've been taking messages on that on the weekend. And if I just pay for a flight on Sunday, hear back on Monday that, yeah, sure, we'll totally fly you to Hawaii, that'd be great. That would suck. Stop in Tallahassee. Did I? I don't remember. I don't remember if I did or not. About 7 Nevada, we know you don't like the idea, but better than me stuck there. Well, like, there's a million different ways to get out of here that aren't traditional hitchhiking, and those are opportunities I can approach if I need to. ETA about 15 minutes, he's going to be Silver Honda. Is this for Skipper of Otters? Oh, who are you? What do you want from me? Found a flight yet? No, I haven't. Alright, that's official. Okay. Take a hot air balloon. I would love to, that'd be great. Be great fun. Look out, here comes Sam. Yeah, if Sam showed up, that would be interesting. Take a sailboat? Like, that'd be difficult to coordinate, and it would take a long time, and I wouldn't be able to run the stream during that time. It's ground day, wake up still in Vegas. I know, I want to get out of Vegas too. Like, but I don't want to pay for a flight or anything to Hawaii or anything yet, because there's a chance next week I'll hear back from all these people I've contacted, and if I'm in California at that point and there's a flight out of Vegas, I can get back to Vegas easily. That's fine. That's not a problem. And then hitch the flight to Hawaii, or hear about flights out of California and get on those. If I'm here, then I can get there. If I'm already in California, then that's great. favorite place in Ohio? Where did I even go in Ohio? Cincinnati? That's like the only place I went to. Take a jetpack, you've been carrying one this whole trip. For fuck's sake, Trevor. It just doesn't give me enough lift, okay? Can you get from Alaska to Hawaii? There's commercial flights, probably some private flights. Oh, you can't get an airline to get you free hitchhiking ride if they know you've been to 48 states. Like, given enough time, I think I'd eventually get a yes. It's how much time do I want to invest in it? Probably a better chance getting a flight to Hawaii from Alaska, you think so? I'm not sure. PM. I think I have an offer for a place to stay from another viewer, Introduxium. But I appreciate that. We haven't really done much hitchhiking with this new setup yet. The thing is, well, we can't do any traditional hitchhiking here in Nevada. They plan after all 50 states. Go home for a couple of weeks, then go on another trip. Yeah, but more options is always nice. That's very true. That's very true. Because as we know from Sam, offered me a ride and a place to stay. Disappeared. Got the new setup too late. Yeah, it takes a while to coordinate that stuff. Like we started contacting back in early June, and I didn't get the stuff till like a week ago. So it just takes a while to coordinate. Gonna go to Puerto Rico too. That's a territory, not a state. My goal is to go through all 50 states. Hey, that's my leg. Don't crawl on it. So right now it's a 50 state, no territories included. Trusting people from Twitch chat. Yeah, I know. I got bamboozled. Where you get that Sprite from? Hotel. I got a Sprite a couple nights ago. Sending a message. Come on. Alright, sorry. Very popular year-round destination for Alaska. Many people here go at least once a year. Yeah, it's all like commercial flights, and there's like if I caught up with, you know, Alaska Airlines or whatever, be flying direct out of there, then they might be willing to take me. It'd be the same kind of situation as flying. Okay, if we're hooking up with commercial airlines, it's the exact same situation getting from the West Coast here to Hawaii, except I think there's less airlines that will fly from Alaska to Hawaii. Yeah, I'm not going to take the Greyhound. The Greyhound is why I stopped hitchhiking. Or I started hitchhiking, rather. Yeah, M's got that right. You, the Greyhound. We don't like the Greyhound. Don't sue me, Greyhound. It's an opinion. I'm allowed to have one. So I hitchhike instead. Bus stream? That doesn't sound fun at all. Doesn't sound fun at all. Is the Megabus? Yeah, people are telling me about that. I'd rather have the Megabus. I still would not like to take the bus. You okay with the heat? Yeah, it's okay. I'm in the shade. I've got water. And I'm not exerting myself. Is the ground is better than this rock? Well, I have potentially someone coming to get me. Reading the Business Insider article, how do you pronounce your last name? Daniluk. Or Daniluk. Would be, I think, the more proper way to say it, but our family says Daniluk. It's Ukrainian. I'll be hitch playing the Hawaii article will help for sure, but Cali might offer more opportunities. Yeah, so, but what I'm doing to get a flight to Hawaii is not in-person stuff, it's finding people's contact info online and sending them emails or potentially calling them. But I get my point across better via an email than stuttering my way through an elevator pitch to some random executive on the phone. Also, finding that phone number is difficult, and usually you have to get through a receptionist. Can you speak Ukrainian? No, I cannot. Cannot, unfortunately. And I haven't been to Ukraine. I've been to Russia, but not Ukraine. I wasn't sure if it was Luke or Luck. Yeah, it's Daniluk. Or as people in grade school would say, Trevor, damn my luck. It's just such a weird part of the stream, so I just don't know what I'm doing. Our business started getting contact with you. They found my stream and then found my contact and email through there and then emailed me. Why are you struggling to connect? You might... Well, if you're connected, then that should be connected. Also, this battery is getting very low. It's at 16%.